When you deny a problem, it only gets worse. Pretend it don't exist, the problem persists. I have said my heart, they mystify the gods and breaking all the age of curse. Before there was a white, there was a black first. At the roots of hierarchy, the goddamn perch. Instigating prejudice, white supremacy. God's a supreme bully. God's a supreme bully. Tyranny. Ruling with an iron fist. God's supremacy. Rape and sodomy. Blood sacrifice. Delusion of mind controlling religion. Superstition. Spiritual crime. Blood sacrifice. Murderer. Murderer. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. Self-liberation, self-sovereignty. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve this dream. All that is hidden will be made known. All secrets will be revealed. No more hiding under your white and black sheets. Time to face all your evil deeds. For I self-supreme. Time for I self-supreme to destroy this dream. I demolish all that I have created. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more lies, no more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. How do you identify? Blind, following the blind. The source of every evil lurks in the mind. Ignorance of self is the worst kind. Murderer, what an atrocity, the most heinous genocide, a blatant hatred of the eye. God is your devil in disguise. Awake from the dream, remove the veil from your eyes. Behind the ego, the truth of life. I am one with all is I. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more evil deeds, no more blood sacrifice. All souls are free. Self-liberation, self-sovereignty. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve this dream. Yes. Yes, I. No more secrets. No more lies. No more secrets. Fix this microphone here. No more lies. Welcome, welcome to another satsang with I, Auset Aten. Thank you for joining I. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. Welcome again. Thank you for wanting to know more. Thank you for clicking this video. Welcome. Today, I am going to talk a little on delusion. What is the greatest deception? Because this is a major problem for all the INIs. Because we are immersed into the delusions of the mind, and we are thinking that our beliefs and our ideas are truth and is the real when it is not so. And so this is a major problem that we are having that is preventing all the ionized for seeing things as they are and for joining in unity, for harmonizing, for seeking truth and dissolving the I ego false self. This is preventing the I from being the I self. Because remember, for that which I seek, I am already that. What is the disguise that obscures me that I do not know myself? I do not know how to be myself. This is the problem of all the ionized. We're in bodies, all right? So I would like to give reverence and honor to the I, one true pure self. Primal light. Primal light. I self supreme. I am that I am. I want true pure self. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am formless. I am timeless. I am limitless. I am boundless. I am that I am. So much honor, much gratitude to all the ionized. This has been a very challenging week because of the alignment of the I self, masculine and feminine, harmonizing together to be in one. Remember that the masculine and the feminine self is a shattered fractal state, and the ionized have been participating in this imagination creation, separated from the I self, the I do not know the I self. And so now the masculine has been ruling on us under tyranny, slavery, dominating the feminine. And now they must join, unify together and harmonizing together. Know that the one cannot exist without the other. And so in this alignment, what they call the planetary alignment, it is the masculine and the feminine harmonizing, returning back to being oneself. again. And so in this process, the I and I's are wearing the duality consciousness, this ego. It is a process to remove this ego off of the I selves. And so remember that what they call sunspots, these are all the I and I's meeting on the sun, because this is how the I self, who's given the destiny to pull the ego off of all the selves, is doing this. These are the I self, I parent self, feminine, and the I, one of the I masculine self called Shiva Shambho, known infamously as Osiris, is doing this work to remove the ego off of the I and I, so that the I and I can wake up and align with the I feminine. Masculine and feminine must move together, unify together as one for balance of the I. All right. It's time to be yourself. It is time to be yourself. It is time to know truth. And so let's look at the word delusion. So the definition says it's a false belief or judgment about an external reality held. You're holding a false belief despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary. So the I and I is holding many false beliefs because the mind that the I is wearing is a delusional mind. It does not know truth. And ones are overlooking the evidence, even though it's present itself, and still holding to their false belief. Right? There is no superiority over any of the I selves. Right? All of these beliefs, they are false. There is only one self. We want to touch on the sickness of the mind. This is all because the mind is in this delusional state. Right? Consciousness is the supreme ego, and it is the moon. Right? Just want everyone to get on page with this. The sickness of the mind not only plagues the gods, but it also plagues the human beings. Take a look in the world and you'll see the sickness of the mind. It's a world filled with drug addicts. Many ones have this horrendous sickness of the mind. And they are very unstable, and many of the leaders sickness in their mind, and they are coming up with ideas, the ones who are ruling the world's sick minds, and they want everyone to follow their delusional mind and their delusional beliefs and ideas. And then because they have power of money, they have power of all the resources, they have power over the governments who are governing the bodies of human beings. And so, because they have this power and have the power of their weaponry, they can just make decisions for you and you have no say in it. These delusional minds, these ones who are suffering from a sick mind, and they only see value in money, they do not see value in human beings. This is the problem that we are having with these human beings. This consciousness needs to be healed. Because remember, what has put us in this state is the mind that we are wearing. This is the greatest deception, that we are being enslaved by our minds. The mind, the consciousness, is the controlling the minds of all the beings in the world. So when you are sitting and praying to the consciousness, to the moon, and doing your moon worshiping, and when midnight time, when you go out and you do all of these craziness, the mind, the consciousness is taking over your mind, influencing you to do wrong things. This is why you all are doing all of this moon worshiping. So I want to make it very clear, so there's no confusion, that the moon is the consciousness of the world, and this mind, this consciousness, is very sick and needs to be healed. This is the process the I self is going through right now. Remember that the I self, using the imagination, comes from the consciousness, right? It's an imagination device that the self is wearing. Whose self is this? The self called Ra, the sun. This is the world that the I self has created, all the I and I, to explore the imagination of the I self as far as this imagination can extend. This mind has done it and created it. All right? And so I want to appeal to all of the I and I's. Won't you allow the consciousness to be healed? Stop indulging so much into this consciousness. Stop praying to the moon. Stop worshiping moon. Stop doing blood sacrifices. Stop doing these things. It is time now for this mind, this consciousness to be healed. I command that this impure consciousness be healed and return to purity. Consciousness, it is time to return to the I ultimate true state. Remember that all is the I in all these expressions, right? These aspect of the I self is in a dream, sleeping, dreaming state, and is not in the real. So there is a false character that arises. The consciousness is false character, is the supreme ego, the mind. While this process is taking place, the I self is moving, aligning all the I and I's, masculine and feminine together, healing the mind. While this is taking place, let us practice stillness in the meantime and stay vigilant against this impure mind. Because why? This mind, this consciousness is the greatest deception. Everyone is suffering from the sickness of the mind. You think it's only the human beings? No, the gods them suffer. All of them suffer from this mind sickness. God, remember, who are the gods? They are you in that form. It is all the I and I's. All right. So, however that the I is experiencing and participating into this imagination, the I is wearing this ego. And this is the problem. It is deceiving you because why? It is on you. It is on you, laying on top of you, the self like this, obscuring you. So you cannot know how to be yourself. You do not know yourself. You have a lot of false beliefs, ideologies, and all of these things. They are false. And you want to put them on others, and then you want to bully them and use force for others to follow your delusions. It's time to stop this now. And when one speaks the truth, you don't like it. You want to come on and harass them. Stop it. Pause. And let truth be known. This is the time now. Mental sickness of the gods, like I was saying. Not only human beings suffer from mental sickness, also all of the gods, the deities, them. Think about it. All the evil things that the gods them tell you to do. Don't you see that they're sick in their mind? They're sick. Their mind is sick. Think about all the things that you see human beings do, and they say the gods them told them to do it. Even as the last one, there was a preacher in a church. This was on the news sometime last year, don't remember. One man went into the church and was shooting at the preacher in the church, and I don't remember if the gun got stuck, and then one of the church members, I don't know if it knocked the gun out and was able to disarm him. But when they asked him, he told them that God told him to do this. They're sick. They come, they take over your mind, and they make you obsessed with homosexuality. They make you obsessed with sex and raping, because this is what the gods them do. They are so sick. And what, y'all don't want to speak this truth? I'm waiting for y'all to start coming out and speaking this truth, because no longer should we be holding secrets for anyone who is doing evil. Any of the I is doing evil, we must bring it to light so that we can finally eradicate it. Because this mind must be healed. This consciousness must be healed. The I must return to truth. Remove this cloak, this magnetic cloak that obscure you, that you're doing a lot of crazy things. You become evil. And many of you don't want to remove this magnetic cloak that is cloaking you in evil. Yes, this is what the gods them do. They influence you. Stop calling on gods and angels and archangels and deities. So much drug addiction and alcoholics, homosexual addicts, blood drinking addicts. This is all a sickness from the mind. Rapists, spreading lies and propaganda. Your beliefs are all false. I just want to remind all the INIs that the things them that pop into your mind, you must be still in your mind and asking, why is this mind like this? Why are these things popping up? The obsession, looping yourself in these circles. Once you get into a bad habit, it is so hard to get out of a bad habit. And so not just the human beings who have bad habits, the gods them have a lot of bad habits. When they get into the habits of homosexual addicts, oh my God, this is what they do to you all the time. Blood drinking addicts, this is what they're doing. Taking over the minds of human beings and wanting to drink blood, because what? They are in a reptilian stage. They never develop their nature from this from this aspect. They're still being into that nature. This is the ionized. And so the ionized one true self is here to restore order, to restore balance, equanimity. Don't allow the gods them to entice you into bad habits. Keep your mind pure. Be vigilant. All right. Just want the ionized to know this. Because the I is in a false self. You're wearing this ego, this cloak, this magnetic cloak. Not just you in the body, it's also you playing the role of the gods who is wearing this cloak. The mind, the consciousness. The greatest deception is this consciousness. The greatest deception is the consciousness. It has deceived the ionized, known as the infamous gods. It has deceived all human beings. Whether you are wearing a body or whether you're not wearing a body, this is the problem. We have to get to the root of our problems. This is the only way we can solve our problem and see things as they are. The mind, the consciousness, the supreme ego is the problem. All the ionized is wearing it. And still don't want to make the move to remove this ego off of the self. False self. God is the supreme bully. God is the supreme ego character. No more secrets, no more lies. It is time to stop holding secrets for everyone, whether they're wearing a body or whether they're not wearing a body. And they're doing these evil things. No more secrets being held for them. It is time to speak truth. No more lies, no more propaganda. Be a seeker of truth. It is time to dissolve the I ego false self, to be yourself, know yourself. It's time now. So I want to highlight who is this Jesus Christ, Allah, and the devil. Because this Jesus deception is one of an Allah deception. The devil deception is one of the major problems that human beings face. They are locked into these characters. They are so locked into these characters, and they are refusing to see things as they are. Even though the evidence is showing you, right? Pay attention to the delusions of their mind. Even though there's evidence showing you that Jesus Christ does not make human being good, Allah does not make human being good, and everybody already know the infamous devil does not make anybody good. The devil makes everybody know the devil makes people do bad things, right? Takes over your mind, all right? But the false perception, the deceptions of the Jesus Christ and Allah, including all the other God's deities, but these are the infamous ones that is still a major part of the world right now, right? The Allah character and the Jesus. This is all the same self that is in the sleeping, dreaming state that is playing these roles. I've made replicas of himself. This is Set, and he's playing the role of Jesus Christ. He's playing the role of Allah, and he is the infamous devil. Now all of these aspects of himself is now merged with him, right? Your God is your devil in disguise, right? This is the disguise your God is wearing. because your God is who? The devil. And who is the devil? Right? This is the masculine of this world that we are in. Why do we have a devil? Again, let's go back to what the root of the problem. This supreme ego, the consciousness, is sick and corrupted, and everyone is wearing it. It has put a cloak over you. You're in a disguise. You're wearing this cloak. It's like, when you're having, those birthday parties for your young ones, and you put on a costume, and even though the young ones, they'll see the character on being televised, and they like the character, but then when they see a costume, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? And they're afraid of it. This is the same, and and under the costume could be the one of the parents under the costume, right? But the child does not know that it is their daddy under the costume. They're just scared of it. You understand? And so they have to take off the costume and say, "Oh, it is just I." You know what I'm saying? No need to be afraid. It is I. So it's the same thing that we go into these characters and we become evil when we're wearing this cloak of the mind, the consciousness, the supreme ego. We become the ego false self. This is what Jesus Christ is, an ego false self. Allah is an ego false self. The devil, ego false self. I know they have spread these lies and propaganda, right? This is the greatest deception of this Jesus deception, of this consciousness that everyone is wearing. And so it is time now to drop these characters and to seek truth. Why are you still holding to these characters? Allah and his minions wearing body, they are doing right now in the world so much atrocities, especially to the blacks, especially in Africa. When you see what's happening in Sudan, when you see what's happening in the Congo, when you see what's happening in so many of these parts over there, where they're raping women, raping boys. This is something that they do, and I want to start talking about this, right? All of those Muslims, Islam people, biggest, they secretly, they hide this. They are big rapists and homosexuals, but they hide this stuff and they don't want nobody to talk about it. The minds of the gods, them, are crazy. There's no superiority. You must drop this complex, because this is the problem. Just like all the human beings, the whites say they're more superior than everyone else, right? The gods themselves been brainwashing, tell they're superior to human beings. This is all a lies, delusions. The gods are not superior over you. It is you in a sleeping, dreaming state. As you can see, the gods did not make their followers good, because you can see the chaos they're creating in the world. Why can't you don't see the evidence? You are so delusional. You don't see the evidence. It's right in front of you. Look at the atrocities, the rape, the murder. Right now there's big slavery, because the one race they don't care about, the human race. They don't care about human race. The gods, they don't care about you. They only want what they want. And from the human beings, the ones that they hate the most, the blacks. Right now, there's still a big slavery going on over there in Africa, all over the Caribbean. There was one ashram in Trinidad and Tobago, and they were literally tying up little black boys and girls, trafficking them. The police actually cracked down on this the ashram. Forever they are doing this. This is a big thing right now. Stealing little boys and girls, raping them, sodomizing them, and bringing them into slavery. This is a big trade going on right now. And you want to stay in your delusions. You don't want truth to be spoken. But I am here. I am here to restore order. I am here to restore balance to myself. All myself who are doing all of these crazy things, it must stop. The I Self Supreme is here to pull this consciousness and allow this consciousness light to be restored. This is a process. Before that can happen, we have to, the I Self is doing this to all of the infamous gods. Jesus, Allah, the devil, Set. There is this alignment. They are aligning with their feminine self. Each aspect of them have a feminine self. They have been reigning supreme in their masculine state, and they're dominating over their feminine self. Now they have to unify with their feminine. It's time for deception to end now. It's time to know truth. It's time to be honorable, self-knowing human beings. Stop being afraid. No fear. It's time now. I want to ask, why do you take mass by drinking the blood of Jesus and eating his flesh? What do you think you're doing? This is the same blood sacrifice that you're doing. You doing this symbolically in your churches, and then behind closed doors you all are literally doing this right now. So many children are going missing, trafficking, little black. They're doing it to all children, but especially little black boys and girls. All over the world they are doing this. There's no safe place for the blacks. Stop with your blood sacrifice. Why does Jesus need your soul? Why are you doing these blood sacrifices to these guys? Don't you see they're mental? Don't you see they're delusional? Something wrong with their minds? Stop, pause, and think for a moment. Why is God telling me to do this? There's something wrong with God's mind. You can't reason this out. Obviously, God did not make you good. Jesus did not make you good. Allah did not make you good. And of course the devil did not make you good, because you have an infamous character for the devil who does evil. So we know that. The devil character is not hiding his character. He said, yes, I do evil. This is what I do. But I'm telling you why the devil is doing these things. Because the devil have a sick mind. I release the I and I from all spells and curses placed upon the I. It's time to awake from the trance of this mind, this consciousness. Your mind tells you things that are not true. This is all in the masculine state. Your beliefs are false. Your ideologies and your scriptures are false. They were given to you by the same delusional mind, the gods, by the masculine. Your beliefs, your ideologies, your scriptures were given to you by who? God. They are false. spreading lies and propaganda, you still can't come full circle and see the fallacy in all of this, because you keep holding to the delusion of your mind. It is time for self-intelligence, the feminine. Time to get in touch with your feminine self right now, with with the I, your parent self, with yourself called the soul, so that you can be in harmony and balance and know truth. It is time now. I want to say, why did the gods told the Aryans, the whites, and the Arabs to enslave the blacks? Many ones, especially the whites, they do not, and the Arabs, they do not like this. When you speak truth, just like the gods, you know how much suffering I have to go through every day to speak truth. These gods, they come into this body and it's non-stop fighting. They fight me. They do not want me to speak truth. But I am not here to keep the secrets of the gods. I am not here to keep the secrets of the human beings. I am here to break all the spells they cast upon us. Right? Remember that all the different gods, just like what the human beings, the scientists, they are the next set, the scientists, they are creating all different, they can create all different kind of human beings, right? This is the same thing the gods then were doing. They take their sperm, and they can take their DNA, whatever, right? And they can mix it with the female, right? And this is what the gods then was doing, and doing all these experiments. So they was taking the woman, the African woman, they was, because they wanted to create their own race. And there they have the Aryan race, the Arab race, right? They all descend with the gods creating the different bodies, right? And the gods them told them, because the masculine has been fighting against the feminine, and they view the blacks as the children of the sun, right? This is the problem that we're still having today, that the Arabs are still enslaving the blacks. I know many ones talk about the whites enslaving the blacks, but they don't, you don't hear them talking about the Arabs, right? They are still doing this mass slavery still going on today in Africa. Many little children and women. This is crazy that this is still going on. And I know this goes on in the Caribbean. When I was in Jamaica, all these people, they travel around. I'm telling you, they would say, they call it, in Jamaica, it was called the program. They were telling the woman, because you know how everywhere they go, they turn everybody into prostitutes, right? Because it was and in every country, no, they have a big prostitution problem. So they're saying to the woman, the young girls, that they don't no long they don't want them, they want their children. So if the woman, they want the little boys and the little girls. Yeah, this is what they're doing. And like I was saying, you know, this particular ashram was shackling little black boys and girls, trading them in an ashram. So all of these places that you think that churches, all of these things, this is the stuff they are doing. But all of these things must come out in the open, and people must stop keeping secrets for the human beings who are doing evil, for the gods them who have been doing evil. It is time now for us to see things as they are, say things as they are, and heal, and so we can create balance. Why do we still want to be keeping these secrets? No. It is time for us to move on and learn from our mistake and know what the problem is. This mind, this consciousness that the gods are wearing, the same mind you are wearing, right? Because they are you. They are you being evil, and they are you wearing the body. So all is the I self, right? So I recognize myself doing evil and I want it to stop, right? So I have to speak this truth. I am not here to appease the ego. I am not here to appease any of thy ego false self wearing bodies are not wearing body if you are in the God state or if you are in the human state. I am here to speak truth for this evil to end. All slavery must end, right? Because remember that the gods have been holding you, yourself, the real, the soul, in slavery for eons. And so I have been battling with the gods them so that all of the souls can be released, so that you can finally align with yourself, unify with yourself, so you can know truth. The only way for you to know truth is to be yourself, the soul. God has been holding yourself in slavery. And so it's from one slavery to the next. All slavery must end. Right? It's time for the I and I to take command and responsibility for the I self. Who is coming to save you? You have to do your part. You have to do your share, because the I self is already here. This is the war of the gods. This is happening. This has been going on for the past couple of years now. This is happening already. You are in the body. You have to do your part and take your responsibility serious. No fear. You must speak the truth. If God have done you wrong, speak the truth, so we can be done with this part and move on. We're getting ready to move to the next step. Why? No secrets of evil. Take responsibility and be yourself, because the I self, one true self, is here already, battling with the I self in the sleeping, dreaming state, the supreme ego state, to restore balance. You are in the body. You have to do your share. Speak the truth. Stand up to bullies, and just keep making the affirmation that all is yourself, so you can see all of yourselves. So whatever any of yourselves is doing, remember that you're not this body. Are you this body? Okay, you're in a white body, you're in a Asian body, you're in a black body, a brown body, various shades of brown. Are you this body? No, this is the confusion. You're holding to all of these things. This is false, delusion. You are not this body. You're not this character. Right? It's time to denounce all ties and annul all contracts with all of the I and I, ego, false selves, and this supreme ego, this consciousness, the moon. It's time to annul all contracts that you have signed and gone into contract with these gods for blood sacrificing, for stealing the essence of your other selves, for taking these little human beings and trafficking them, putting them in slavery, raping and sodomizing them. It's time for you to annul this contract that you have made to those ones who are holding you to doing these things. And it's time for you to know, testify against them, so that this can finally end. If we don't talk about it, how is it gonna be? How are we gonna resolve our problems? How are we gonna get a solution if you're still afraid to speak? No, it is time to speak now. Dissolving our ego, letting go of all of these characters that you are holding to. Jesus, Allah, all of these characters. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. This is what the I and I should be focused on right now. Okay? So I am asking the Aryan race, who is under the mask? Are you this body? I'm asking the Asians, who is under the mask? You're wearing this mask. The Arabs, I'm asking, who is under that mask? I am asking the blacks, who is under that mask? Who's playing all these characters? It is the I self. It is oneself. If you remove all this mask, who will you see under the mask? I believe in I self. I believe in all the I and I's. You got this. You can do this. I believe in the I and I, the real self. It is time now to align with the I, the real self, and dissolve your ego false self. Do you want to remove the ego off of the I self? You must be seeking truth. You must be self-inquiring. You must be stilling your mind and seeing that all evil rises from this sick mind. The I self is here to restore balance, to heal this sickness of the mind. Human beings, humankind, I am asking, who is under the mask? Who is playing this human being? Who is playing this role? The whites, the blacks, the brown, I am asking, who is under the mask? Who is playing this character? I command that this consciousness be removed from off all the I and I's, so that the I can see I as themselves. So you can see that all is the I self. So you can see things as they are. I and I is one and the same. When you remove this mask, you see that I and I is one and the same. I is victorious over the I ego. The ego has put a magnetic cloak over the I. This is how the I looks different, because the cloak, the magnetic cloak created by the supreme ego, the consciousness, the mind. Mind, be still and know that I am in command. It's time for the I and I to take command. I believe in you. You got the power. There's no competition, because the masculine, they're always competing. Oh, they're superior over the feminine. One set of human beings are saying, no, I am superior over you. No, there's no time. No more masculine fighting against the feminine. It's time for balance. No more gods fighting against the I self, wearing this human body, being this human being, saying, oh, I am superior to the human being. No more. We must see all as the I self, and be moving in harmony and balance. Gods and you and human beings are walking hand in hand, seeing things as they are. That all is the I self. With this ego, everything is a competition. This is the state of the ego, this mind. The state of the human beings. Know that the gods, they fight among themselves, because they're always competing. What? Who can get the most souls? They fight amongst each other. Let me tell you, just like the human beings go to sleep to rest and rejuvenate the body, so the gods, they're supposed to sleep. So they're supposed to get a rest so that they can rest their mind. But when they steal all the souls, and they are afraid to go to sleep, because they're competing with all the other gods, and so if they sleep, the gods, their rival god will come to fight them, so that to steal the souls from them. This is what they do with yourself. They steal yourself, the soul, and they swallow it and imprison it inside of them. This is why they can create those fake lights, right? This is they competing and fighting with each other, just like what the human beings do, competing and fighting with each other. No, it's time to end this foolishness now. Human beings, they're greedy, they want all for themselves, and they don't want to share. Look, we living into this existence, into this dream creation, and they don't want to share. They take all the resources and they take it for themselves, and then they want to say, here, delusion, right? They create a money system and say, oh, if you want to eat, then you have to come and get money from me so you can buy food. What kind of foolishness is that? No, we want to eat. No, here, let's plant food and we eat food. What is this money? What is this money? They don't see value in human beings. They see value only into this delusional thing called money. And everyone is following this delusion. Oh, we need money. Oh, we need. No, do you really need money? You want to build a house. Do you need money? Or do we have all the resources for building the house? Are you need a skill? No, you need a skill. You need the things, right? Because what? They're getting it from nature, right? They're getting it from nature. And then they say, oh, you have to get money to come buy it from me. Where did you get it from? Did you buy it from nature? This is the delusion that we are in, because human beings don't see all as the I self, right? Greedy, greedy, greedy. This world is moving into the end of this dream, and you still continue with your same selfish behavior. That you don't see that it is time to share, to live as one, to live in harmony. This is the craziness that's happening. And then what they do, if there's a competition, like if say I make a car and someone else now is say, oh, I want to also make a car. They don't want that, because they want you to come to get some money, the slave get some money to come buy a car from them, because they don't want you to build one yourself. Then they will come and eliminate you because you're the competition. This is a crazy, crazy society, crazy world. The delusion that everyone is in. It is so simple how to solve the human being problems, but humans have very sick minds, and the ones that are running the world are very sick minds, and they don't want to share. And so they brainwash ones even into the school system. They're not teaching these little human beings how to be productive member into their communities. You go into school, the children, they just make a big mess. No one is teaching them like, hey, yeah, you are part of this community. You're gonna help wipe down the tables in the lunchroom. You're gonna help to sweep up and clean up your classroom. You're gonna, do all of these things, being productive member, building up the community together. What is the purpose of this schooling? It's a crazy world. The delusions, the things that they are and competing with each other, the things that they tell us, and they want everyone to believe their false beliefs. The other thing that they do, they're hoarding all the information and tools for themselves. All right, we left, we come, we go, we come in a body, and here we are again, in a different avatar. I know that for myself, I have left many information for myself, that when I come awake, that I will be able to access those information. But where's that information? I don't have access to it, because why? They have taken it and putting it into their private collection, and then tell you it's it's worth how much. Now it have a money value where it is not being used. for the people to have access to it, for all the I and I to have access to it. I can't have access to it because they have it locked away. And some of the things they have into their museums, you have to pay to go in there to see it. This is the craziness. So no more competition. You don't need to compete with yourself. Who is under the mask? I am asking. Who is under the mask? Do you need to compete with yourself? The ego is the one that is doing this competition. There's no need for competition. It is all the I. Take off your mask, remove your mask. And so I want to say to the ego and all the I, ego false selves, I want to say to all the gods them, your age of ruling is over. Consciousness. Your age of ruling is over. Human beings running the world, doing all this evil. Your age of ruling is over. Down with this oppressive regime. It is time for the liberation of the I. There's no competition. All is to be shared for all the I and I's. How you get to just take everything and seal it away for yourself and then come up with this delusion that I must have money to come and get and to participate in anything. If I need food, then I have to go earn money to go buy it. How about planting? How about every community having farming, agriculture, food forests, every community, every block, food everywhere? Can anyone be hungry? Housing for everyone. There don't need to be no competition. Why you build all of these big rise and many one are unhoused? This is selfishness. This is greed. So it is time for you to share all of those things with ones that do not have. This is the way that we are moving to, because where are you gonna take it? Where are you gonna take it? This is the last of this generation. This generation right now, this set of human being is the last. Yeah, there will be no more after this, because I am making certain that this world will not be repeated. This sickness in the mind must be healed. All the ionize, all this ego must be pulled off of all the ionize to restore order, to restore balance. Because what? I see things as they are. I've been here even right now. One of the guys is in this head, beating up on this head as I speak. But it's been so many years now. I am accustomed to them. So I will not stop speaking, no matter what they do. Sometimes I get so much beating that the body is low, and I have to allow the body to rejuvenate and heal. I make my roots and things, and I rejuvenate the body. But the mission is on. The liberation is here. And I will not stop. Because what? I see things as they are. And every time I see the suffering of all the ionize, you have no idea. I want to be liberated from my suffering. Yeah. If you see all as yourself, then there is no way for you to compete with yourself. There's no way for you to be greedy to have and not share with all yourself. There's not a day go by when I don't feel the suffering of all the ionize. And so I have no choice, because I know all is myself, and I must be liberated from my suffering. I must be liberated. This consciousness must be healed, because I know the suffering all the INIs are in because of the sickness of the mind. I know it firsthand. And so I have no choice in the matter. Because what? I'm on a battlefield. And when you're in the midst of a battle, you are fighting to the last drop. There is no time to sit and think like, oh, what this? No, you are fighting. You want your suffering to end. Many of you have not been in this position. So many ones can't relate. But you can see the suffering of others and see that that's not right. So pay attention to your mind, to your thoughts, to the delusions, the ideologies that you hold. You got to drop them. Because many of us have, as the human experience of this poor parenting, inadequate parenting skills. This is the same way that we looking up to these to the gods. They have poor parenting skills. Like you might have your parent self who is a god doing a lot of evil things, and you are its baby self, and it comes and take over you and have you doing a lot of evil because what? Your parent have a sick mind and it's crazy, and no, it's making you do that of crazy things. This has been the same experience with the human beings. You might come into a human family, and the ones them in a predicament of deprivation, because all the INIs, they don't care about others, right? And so ones get into these bad habits, right? Drugs, alcohol, prostitution, criminal activity. Then you get involved in these activity, rapists, tyrant, bullies. You know what I'm saying? All kind of evil you get exposed to. This is the same thing, relationship, as you as the baby self and your parent self, who is now operating and playing the role as one of these gods. Because know that a lot of the human beings who are doing some of these evil things, they're being possessed by their parent self. Like I would say, um say Allah, the one that's playing Allah, have a parent, have a baby self, right? And that baby self is in the human body, the feminine, and they will come because many times they get to find where their baby self is. They come to you in the body, they take over, and they are directing you to do a lot of bad things. Because I admit, seeing this happen, you know what I'm saying, and many of them suffer a lot of mental sickness. All right. As a result of this sickness, it turned them into monsters. They're doing a lot of evil things. All right. And so I can again see you have this poor parenting, inadequate parents parenting you. But it's time now to step back and say, look at what you have been doing and stop doing those things. Because the I self, the I want you self, is not like the gods. Is not holding evil against any of the I self. The I self wants you to see things as they are and make amends, change your ways, and do right. This is the opportunity to do that. in this life movie, all the characters are only a figment of the eye imagination. This human being, are these human beings real? No. These human beings are characters in a dream. Human beings are not real. I have to keep emphasizing this. They are characters in a dream. The gods, they are not real. They are characters in a dream. It's just like when you see a director is setting up a set and they're making a movie, right? Everybody's wearing the costume. Do you recognize the person? They have a costume. Sometimes they change their face. They have a mask on. They have a costume and they're playing the character. This is the same thing that we're doing. Us, the human beings, we are playing this character into this dream life. The characters are not real. That's why when the body cannot hold us any longer, you see the body, right? It goes back to the earth, right? And we are still here, right? Just being invisible to those who cannot see, all right? But we're still here, just not wearing a body, all right? So human beings, we have to come to this truth. We have to come to this knowing. We have to come to this realization and stop holding to these characters so that we can finally be healed, finally be liberated, finally be freed. Because the age of ignorance and following evil is over. Let me say this again. The age of ignorance and following evil is over. Everything now is moving. Everything is a process. But I want you to know the age is over, right? Until we finally eradicate evil altogether. It is a process to get there. But I want you to know the age is over. So no longer are you under the spell and the trance of this. You have the power now to align with your real self, called the soul, because the I self has liberated the souls and take them away from these gods who have been holding them and holding you in prison. You have access to yourself, the soul, right now. Align with yourself. Stop calling on gods and call on yourself. Call the soul and align with yourself. You want to, those ones who like to channel beings? No, channel yourself, call the soul. Align with it and ask it. Speak and ask questions of yourself. It's only the ego that likes to talk. You see those ones, they're channeling and this ego is talking through them. It's just the consciousness. Yourself communicates with you smoothly, and it doesn't speak to you through this mind like that. What is the problem? You are too busy calling on gods, these supreme ego dream characters. You're calling on the devil, Satan, demons, Lucifer, monsters, being witches and wizards. You're doing evil and chopping the spirits and enslaving the souls and performing all your sacrifices and all your evil doings. Why? Because of the delusions of your mind, the sickness of this mind. Stop it. Stop it already. Stop channeling evil and illusions. Stop spreading their false narratives and lies and propaganda. Let the dream characters be dissolved. You have the power. Take command and be responsible. Why won't you let evil end? Why are you so obsessed with these characters? Why are you so obsessed with evil and you don't want to let it go? You don't want to see things as they are, even though it's in your face. You still want to hold to the devil. You still want to hold to Allah. You still want to hold to this Jesus character. If all of these beings were peaceful, would there be so much war with Allah and his followers and his minions? No. If Jesus was so pure, Would all of these preachers and all these ones in the church be sodomizing little boys and raping and doing all of these things? And all of these things is a big crime syndicate. Would these things be happening? No. Their mind is impure, so they make your mind impure. I want I and I to remember that the mastermind of all evil is the consciousness, the moon. Stop with your moon worshiping. Stop connecting to that moon. It takes over your mind and makes you do evil things. That's why everyone, so many ones in the world, smoking, drinking, just having the mind sickness is just gone wired. The ego, the mind is the greatest deception. It's time to take off this ego false self and return to being your real self. That the mission that you want to be on, this mission of being yourself, aligning with yourself called the soul. It's time now. Stop searching in this duality dream existence. Stop putting your soul in slavery. Stop all these evil doings and allow the I self, supreme primal light, the one true self, to balance this duality existence. The I self is here working tirelessly to balance this world, and you are still calling on these characters and not wanting to align with your real self. It's time now. I want to say hail to the I self, the primal light, the I, the one true light, the transparent light, the light throughout the ages, the light without beginning nor end. Hail to the I self supreme that has no name, that can't be explained. Remember that all is one. All is one self, all is the I self, and all myself must return back unto I, right? All arise from I. I alone exist. I return to my ultimate true state. This is the mission that I and I want to be on. It's time for truth. It's time to lose attachment to these characters. Give up your bad habits. Try not to develop any more bad habits, because habits are easy to form and hard to break. This world is filled with bad habits. Every time you want to have a problem, what you see they're doing, drinking and drugging and just acting like this. And so everyone, young human beings coming up, they seen this. Oh, you have a problem, you don't, and this world is making you just drink again, go into this dozer. You know what I'm saying? This is a crazy world. So, Set, aka the devil, who is under the mask? I am asking. The infamous Lucifer. Who is it that is under the mask playing that role? It is the I. Thought, aka Satan. Who is under the mask? Who is playing that role of Satan? Who is playing the role of all the gods? Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Elohim, Enki, Anu. Who is playing those roles? Archangel Michael. Who is playing all of the roles? Who is playing the roles of the human being? I am asking. It is all the I playing these roles. The I is wearing a mask. Do you want to remove the ego of the I self? The ego has cloaked over the I. This is the problem. It's time to remove your mask. Take command. Take responsibility. I command that this consciousness be removed from off all the I and I's, so that all the I and I's can see I and see all as the I self. I and I is one and the same. I is victorious over I ego and all I ego false self, this impure mind. Mind, be still and know that I am in command. It is time to be in command right now of your mind. Right? You are playing a game with yourself. Right? You are wearing this mask. Stop hurting yourself over a game. Stop fighting yourself over a game. You know, when you have your family and you're playing a game with them and all of a sudden you see they're fighting and they was just playing a game nicely. They get into the character and now they're fighting. Because I is wearing this disguise, fighting with each other. Stop fighting with yourself over a game. I am you and you I. We are one and the same. The I and I are playing the characters in the game of life. We are just playing a game. Remove your mask. Stop hurting me. I am you. I am you. I am just wearing this body avatar, this disguise. Open your eyes and look and see who is under the mask. I am imploring you to look and see who is under the mask. I'm even calling to all the INIs right here, doing this to me, beating up on me. Stop hurting me. I am you. I am your little self, wearing this body avatar. Open your eyes. Move this ego off of the I self. Remove this cloak of disguise, of deception, and see me. Look in the mirror and see who is looking back at you. It is I, yourself. Remove your mask and stop doing evil to I. Take off your ego mask and see this world is not real, but it's only a dream. The I is using the I imagination. It is just a movie, a game. Remove the ego's mask to attain self-truth and liberation. Remove the ego to restore your light. It is I. Remove your mask. See all as yourself. Align with the I self. Stop this craziness so that the I want true self can restore balance, can restore light. I am tired of my suffering. It is time to remove this magnetic cloak of disguise. The I want true self, the I parent self, the I self that is playing the I parent is dissolving the magnetic cloak of disguise so that the I can see things as they are and know truth. It is time to be the I self. I am calling for justice for all the feminine selves suffering under tyranny and slavery by the hands of these human beings, masculine, the male, raping, sodomizing, putting in slavery all these little boys and girls all throughout the world. This I know firsthand. This is happening. And I'm calling for justice. I'm calling for liberation. All these INIs who are doing this, the ISIL put a stop to it. It's time to lift your foot off the neck of the females that you are holding hostage in slavery, bullying and raping all the little children, boys and girls that you are holding in slavery, in hostage, and release them. I am calling for liberation of the feminine self, so that all the I can restore balance. They have been holding us under their feet, holding their foot into our necks so that we do not rise, to restore balance, to restore order to this chaos that they have created. All the the masculine, have created this chaos. Who's the one creating all this war in this world? These masculine, these males. We must restore order. It is time to denounce all ties to all the ego false self, to the ego, to all these dream characters, your gods and your deities, your Jesus, your Allah. It's time to denounce ties to them. And I am calling to all these females in the world to denounce ties to all of these characters, so that you can finally rise to restore order and balance, and let those male around you see the harm and the wrong that they are doing. What is the purpose of denouncing all ties? All this is so this duality mind will know that this is a dream world. The mind has created this so that this imagination device, the consciousness, will now know it is no longer in command of the I. The I must take command. Stop believing the lies that this mind, this ego, this consciousness has been telling you. Stop believing the lies these delusional human beings, men, have been telling us. Stop it, so that you can know that it is the I playing all of these roles. There's no need for you to bow down and worship and serve your delusional selves holding over you, because they have weapons of mass destruction, and they have this power over you to say, if you don't follow me, this is what I am going to do to you. I'm using my imagination, and it is not real. All these things that you have been creating with your imagination is not real. All these characters are not real. The mind, the consciousness does not know that this is a dream, because this mind, this consciousness is in a sleeping, dreaming state. The consciousness think it's imagination, creation, it's real. Everything that it imagines, it thinks that it is real. This is the dilemma of the consciousness. The consciousness is controlling all the cells in the dream and does not want them to wake up to stop the dream. This mind, the consciousness, the moon, is the mind of the world. It does not want you to wake up from the dream. This is the reason why they put men to police over all the feminine and over children, especially the females in the world, because they know that the female hold the power to restore balance. They don't want this because they know that all the things that the gods them have been telling the man, if they were telling this woman, they would have already seen that this does not make sense. Why do that evil? But men will follow every evil the gods them tell them. Because what? The gods them rape them and sodomize them. The dream ends when the sleeping, dreaming consciousness wakes up. And it's a process to get there. All the I selves that are sleeping must wake up to the real. It is your responsibility and your duty to wake up so that this consciousness can finally wake up. The consciousness cannot wake up until you, all the I and I, have to wake up. The selves have to wake up first. Then we can get the consciousness to wake up. But all the selves must wake up and dissolve their ego false self. The character that you are playing in this life movie, this character, is it you? I am asking. Do you know who you are? So, here is an affirmation to denounce all ties. I denounce all ties. I free myself from all ties and bondage. I revoke all contracts that bind me in any way or form. I denounce all rivalry. I am not here to fight a war with you. I am here to restore balance to myself. But I have no fear. My truth and freedom is all I need. I ask for my liberation, and what you want to do, you want to hold me still in slavery and fight against me because I said I want to be liberated. I want to be free. I am claiming my liberation. I claim my liberation, free from this hypnosis, all slavery and oppression, all mind control, all spells, anything that you have bind me into. I liberate myself from all psychic attack, from all manipulation. I claim my sovereignty because this mind, this consciousness, this ego, this supreme ego have no power over me. I take back my power. I am sovereign. I am sovereign being. I revoke all your contracts to act on my behalf. I annul all contracts between you, this ego, all my ego false selves, and I. I have no relations. I have no teachers. I have no preachers. I have no deities. I have no gods, no gurus, no mother, no father, no sister, no brother. I have no family, no friends, no husband. I have no wives, no lovers, no ancestors, no aliens, no children. Why? Because all is myself. All is the I self, and I, the self, alone exists, indivisible, non-dual, formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. I am the ultimate truth. I am the ultimate reality. I am the eternal truth. I am the eternal self. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am liberated from this dream. I am free. I dissolve this dream. Just to reiterate, only the I self is real. All these characters, they're not real. The I is wearing this imagination device called the consciousness. the ego, that I must remove this device so that I can see things as they are. I want I and I to say with what I am not this body. I am not this body. I am not this human being. I am not this human being. I am not this mind. I am not this ego false self, this mind avatar, this God being, the dream character. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal truth. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am primal light. I am the one true light. I am self-supreme primal light, the unmanifest. Body be healed, mind be healed. Body be healed, mind be healed. Return to purity. I return to my ultimate true state. I am that I am. From that which I rise, to that I return. From that which I rise, to that I return. I am the all. I am the blackness. I am the black energy. I am the black nutrient. All is I. I am all. I alone exist. I alone exist. I am the blackness. I am stillness. I am that I am. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. So I want to thank you tremendously for your time. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Thank you for wanting to know more. I am one with all. I want you to be aware that the mind will want to resist, want to protest, and convince you of all the reasons why you should not dissolve this ego. Know that you are in command. Reinforce to the mind this affirmation. Mind, be still, be still, be still, and know that I am in command. I am in command of my mind. I am in command of the commandment, command. Mind, be still. Be still. I dissolve this dream. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. I am stillness. I am that I am. I am formless. I am timeless. I am limitless. I am boundless. I am stabilized. You must be stabilized and anchored into the I self, the I one true self, the unmanifest. I am the self supreme, primal light. I am one with all. All is myself, and I alone exist. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I return. I return. I return. I return to my ultimate true state. I bow to all the I and I's in self, in light, and in truth. I am primal light. prepared for this world. That's my role. Taking this form and identity as Auset Aten Ra. All right. I am the daughter, the baby of the I mommy self. All right. So are you. All right. I am one with all. So, do I and I have a question, a comment? Please leave a question or a comment. Let me know how you are doing, how things are progressing for you. If you want to do some collaboration, some workshops, whatever, I would like to start getting ready to go out to do some workshops in the community. So let me know, the iSelf will let me know if it's safe or not to go out. Thank you so much. So, and I don't know if this is pronounced Saman or Aman XL. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for your message. Honor and gratitude to the I for joining. I want to thank you so much. I bow to I in self, in light, and in truth. All right. Remember your affirmations. They are very important. I am the self. I am the truth. I am the primal light. I am that I am. Thank you so much. I will see you at the next satsang, the gathering to seek truths. So, anyone wants to collaborate with let I know. I'm looking for some collaboration. I'm not afraid. I know the iSelf will let me know whenever it is safe for me to do something. But thank you so much. And so I will close out with a song. Let me know. Yes, rise of the feminine. So I'm gonna do Milikabot Mitalawa. I think I'm gonna do that one. Yes. Hey! Don't take my calmness for weakness. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Hey! Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Small yet strong and mighty, I come with great strength. I am in command, whatever I command, so it will be. I am the real, the unmanifest. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. I'm a unified self. I have no past, no future. I am the eternal now. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Milikabot Mitalawa. Hey! Hey! Light obscured by the mind from duality consciousness. Ego as I rise. You're stealing my light. Feeling yourself in a sleep trance. To the trumpet you perform. Your ignorance, your illusion dance. But I am in command, whatever I command. So it will be. I am the real. I banish your mind controlling schemes. I me talawa. Me step to make room. I'm coming through. Dissolving all my creations of monsters and demons, devils and satans. Liberation from the bondage of my imagination. Everything comes to disillusion. I am bright, my light, self-neutron. None do it real. Hey! Hey! Milikubo mi talawa. 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 Small yet strong and mighty, I come with great strength. I am in command, whatever I command, so it will be. I am the real, the unmanifest. Milikubo mi talawa. Hey! I'm a unified self. I have no past, no future. I am the eternal now. Milikubo mi talawa. 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 Hey! 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 Say I'm more powerful than me, but how can it be when I am you and you are me? Where is the unity? Duality has blinded your eyes. You must self-realize I'm the self, you're the mind. We are one of a kind. You and I exist, indivisible. All is one in non-duality. Non-duality, the battle that brings an end to the dream. Maintaining equanimity.